So our project is detecting profanity in social media for women's safety. So this project was done under the guidance of Shweta Ramana ma'am, who's the assistant professor of RVM Engineering College. So thank you, ma'am. So yeah, let me quickly go to the introduction part. So what does this actually detecting profanity in social media mean? So I'm going to give the brief overview. What does that actually mean? So nowadays we can see most of them use social media for various kind of reasons, for advertising or for to enjoy, or for lots of reasons, or like to just release their feelings in the form of comments. So there'll be a post where people tweet unnecessarily. There'll be a good kind of tweets, there'll be unnecessary tweets which will not be even to able to read such kind of tweets, okay, which is called as an abusive language. So, abusive language, what does it mean? Abusive language is an expression which contains abusive words or in the phrases in the comment section or in the form of tweets. Okay, if someone is post something, people tweet like unnecessarily if they don't like, right? So, due to this, there'll be lot of unnecessary kind of lack of empathy among citizens, or also people feel very bad for themselves by seeing such kind of tweets. Okay, this happens due to lack of some parental guidance, or lack of empathy among citizens, or for various reasons. And also there are factors which is oftenly based on like those kind of hate speeches will be based on like include like ethnicity or religion, disability, or also based on gender. Of course, this kind of hate speech spreading is very dangerous, which has some negative impact and also in the social conflict, and and also it leads to various, social horrific genocides for spreading of this hate speech. And also, there was a survey where 20% of the girls were forced off to move out of social media. Okay, due to such kind of seeing such kind of hatred spread among them. Of course, by seeing such kind of tweets, no, we as a the audience who read them, we feel somewhat to read such kind of tweets. The users who feel to quit the social media by seeing such kind of tweets. And also, global attacks are the most common on Facebook, where 39% have suffered harassment, followed by and also in Twitter we can see there are lots of tweets which are very hateful. Okay, so yeah. And next, and we are doing this project in machine learning using Python. So yeah, as I stated before, in India lots of us use Twitter for most of the reasons, and there are the abusive comments, of course, in social media use, which are very abusive. So in this work we are going to detect such kind of abusive comments on social media, that is in Twitter. Okay, so firstly what we are going to do is collect a corpus of user comments in a data set, and also we are going to develop a detection tool to analyze such kind of tweets. So as you can see here, there are lots of abusive comments, and only few we can see which are not offending kind of comments. And yeah, coming to the objective part, the main goal of our project is to identify such kind of toxic or abusive languages which are being used, and also to reduce the toxicity in online social media platform, that is in Twitter. And also we extract the abusive comments on various platforms. For now we are going to focus on Twitter. Okay, so and also reduce hate, since it affects most of the people. Of course, it will be judgmental. For example, if someone tweets something wrong on me, people judge me based on that tweet, right? So also to reduce such kind of judgmental things, so that is the main objective of our project, I would say. And also there are lots of benefits like due to online bullying, various users stop using social media. And also anonymity can also present a challenge to dealing with the hate speech online. So hence by this work we can also see the reduction in such kind of anonymous comments. And also we are going to stop and also at least we arise awareness to not to comment ab- this kind of abusive tweets, which is going to decrease the negativity, of course. So these are just brief, some of the benefits of our project to some society or organization. And coming to this methodology, what we propose. So This methodology consists of different stages. So firstly, what we are going to do is collect the raw comments. Okay, so in the data set, we loaded around 29,000 kind of different kind of tweets. It doesn't mean we have collected only hatred speech. We have just collected a random kind of tweets, that is a raw comments. And also after this, a text pre-processing. I mean, this is the most important step, this text pre-processing, where the unwanted kind of words or unwanted like asterisks or iterate symbols or spaces, and also these kind of things will be removed, done in this lemmatization tokenization. This will be done in this text pre-processing. And then yeah, as I said, this text all this lemmatization process will be done, and later they'll we are going to classify this text pre-processing. Okay, based on their score, we are going to detect whether this is abusive or not abusive. Okay, that will be displayed in the form of word cloud. So this is the brief methodology which we have been implemented as it is shown in the figure. Yeah, and next is the system architecture, which will be explained by Pooja.
Yeah, now I'm going to explain system architecture. Here in this section, summarization the function of that abusive hate speech as a whole. You can see here, firstly, we are going to collect tweets, which will be like kind of every tweets like hate speech, commonly used words. Those all kind will be included in this raw tweet, and then we are going to illustrate the process graphically, illustrate all the different steps, and then we are going to filter them, and analyzing we classify whether it's our hate or clean. The tweet undertakes a number of steps detailed in the following, like you can see here. The step one is data cleaning, which standardize the content of the tweet. Then again, the cleaned tweet is passed through a filter that asserts whether the make contain hate speech or not. If the tweet contain hate speech, then it needs to be prepared for task by undertaking an NLP step. As you know, NLP means natural language processing, and then the features are extracted. The classifier model assign a score that represents that the tweet contains hate speech. If the score is lower than the threshold zero point 0.7, then the tweet is classified as clean. Otherwise, it is classified as 8. As you know, the tweet are the processed by the module which represents the information in word cloud, which we have displayed in our cloud, which we are going to show further. This is all about system architecture. Then we are going to move for partial demonstration. Here we have uh, Shruti, can you show the code please?
Yeah.
This is the explanation of our code, where initially we are going to install all libraries such as pandas, numpy, spacey. We have installed pandas because we are going to manipulate the data, and we can analyze the data. And then numpy is used to deal with mathematical survey in this project. Then spicy also we have used. Here spicy is used to collect the overall tweeters, and then we are going to filter them. Then we have used this is called regular expression, specifies a set of strings that matches. Then also here we are imported ncore webmd. This ncore webmd is English pipeline optimized for CPU components like token 2 vector tagger parser centerner, this kind of languages. Then here we have used uh, 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 we have applied that to NPL, that is called natural language processing, where this has told that this makes like interaction between computer and an human language. Then also we have used string, and we have installed install that also. String is also in one of the package which we'll use in Python. And then we have used a stack field. Then again uh, percentage matplotlib inline. Here we will be uh, plotting the graph which will tell us where the hate speech is more and where it is less. Then comes the data description. Here in data description, we are going to use count hate speech, offensive language, neither classes. Uh, and in this step, we have shown in this like data set is equals to period the underscore CSV, and we have stored all data in hate speech data.csv file where you can find around 30,000 comments. In that there are so many. Can you show the CSV file here? You can see around 30,000 comments, uh, including non-hate speech and hate speech. So that we are doing this project to filter the hate speech. This is all about the data which we have collected from Twitter. Then again, next comes, and here we display the unnamed count hate speech, offensive language, and tweets which have been recognized as eight. Then here are the some example of eight speech. Here the data set like in 3 minutes how many hate speech are we are going to detect. Like we have used one of the comment taken like 2000. We have taken one comment and we have classified over here by using code. Then comes the adding text length. We are going for the same thing. We are going to add test length over here so that we can identify how much words are used in one sentence. This is the code which we have used for that. Then further we are going to visualize histogram. uh, this is this is the phase grid where you can see class 0, class 1, class 2. In these three, we find the test length is constant, but hatred you can see in one, in class 0 there is no hatred. In class 1 we will find very high hatred speech. Then next comes the class 2. Here we'll find very less. Then you can see a distribution of test length is almost constant, but the varying is the hate comments, right? We have segregated them and we have showed like this here over here. Then comes the box plot visualization. In this we have plotted the graph in a box plot. As you can find here matplotlib. Here the from the box plot looks like the class 1 tweet having much longer test, right? You can see here over here there are also outlier present, no test length. We are not going to predict that, we are predicting, but we want the main motto is to identify the hate speech, which words they are used in these tweets. So this is the main motto of our project. Then we have here the histogram. In this histogram we have displayed the same thing, but we have used the different graph plot. The above histogram shows that the tweets are considered to be offensive words by the CF coders. This is this is all about the histogram. Then comes the collecting only the tweets from the CSV file into a variable named tweet. This is the code like a tweet is equals to from we are taken from dataset dot tweet, and we are going to head this kind of name, tweet, data type and object we have displayed over here, as you can see here. Further, Shruti will take over the this part. Hello.
So yes, next step is the pre-processing of the tweet. So What does this actually pre-processing mean? Pre-processing means, so for example, if there, like we have collected a data set, right? In this data set, we'll be having like unwanted words or unwanted spaces, or as I stated before, like hashtags or at symbol or exclamatory mark, or the words which is unwanted or the words which are meaningless. So in this pre-processing, we are going to remove such kind of words or such kind of symbols. So what is the main reason of this pre-processing is by doing this it makes us easier to detect those kind of hate tweets or hate words. But if we do this, it's going to be easy for us to detect such kind of tweets. So yeah, in this pre-processing, firstly we are going to create a list of stop words. So what does actually the stop word means it is a word which does not add much meaning to the sentence. So such kind of words are going we are going to first create such kind of stop words. And later next we have the pre-processing, like we are going to define the pre-processing. And then here, as you can see, the removal of extra spaces are being removed. And also the if we have this kind of, like, we have, there'll be a mention like at red, so such kind of symbols are removed. And also the links are going will be removed, so using this, like, such kind of links. And also the removal of punctuations, and also the white spaces, or all this kind of things like links. All this are going to be pre-processed. And after this is the tokenization. So tokenization is a process of splitting up a layer of a body of text into a smaller lines, and converting the sequence of characters into the tokens. Okay, there'll be a lot of characters, then that we are going to convert that into a tokens. Okay, so then to convert them, firstly we are going to split them. Okay, so this one which is used to split function, and this is going to be assigned to the tokenized tweet. And then after splitting, after the process of tokenization, we are going to join that splitted tweets. So later we obtain the pre-processed tweet. And also, as you can see here, the process of lemmatization also is done. Okay, so this lemmatization refers to doing things properly with the which means like which is correct in the meaning of the dictionary. Some like tweets will be like unwanted, it's like it will be like hashtag mark, or just like mean bbl, some kind of words will be used. So such kind of thing are being removed, and which will have the dictionary meaning. So such kind of things. And also lemmatization is done here, and also removing. So after all this, the pre-processed tokens will be you know returned, and we get that. And yeah, so here is the final obtained tweet after all the pre-processing. So as you can see here, the before tweet with before pre-processing, and also the final tweet after pre-processing. So as you can see here, like at red, and exclamatory mark, and colons are being, those kind of you know symbols are being removed, and we can see without those. These are the final tweet, which helps us, as I stated before, to detect the hate speech easily. Okay, so next comes the important part of a project, that is visualization. So visualization is a process of displaying in the form of a picture. So here is a visualization which most of the commonly used in Twitter data set. So I don't say it is only offensive language or abusive language. Most commonly which are used in this Twitter data set, that is being displayed here. So yeah, we are going to import the word cloud. Of course, without importing, this cannot be done. So yeah, and here, like, the figure size, and also word cloud bilinear form, and also the axis, each and everything is designed to get the word cloud, which is most commonly used. And next we have the most commonly used hatred speech. So as you can see here, here, like, we can see fagot, ho, shit, bitcs. These are the, like, what we say, the hate tweets, as I stated. So this size, how this size is being displayed will be based on how this is being classified based on the size. Furthermore, it will be explained. So as of now, this is the word cloud for the hatred speech. And next is the visualization of the offensive language, offensive speech, so which is being displayed here. We assign the width or height of like 800 and 500, and also according to the size which we require, we can assign that. And how this has been based on the size will be explained further. So this is all about visualization. And next we have TF-ID of implementation. So based on this, how the size will be, so what is this? TF means the number of times the word appears in a document, means in the data set, and also by the total number of items in the document. So forms a TF-IDF. And next we have the stratified k-fold cross validation, which will be further explained by Kaveri.
I'm explaining the stratified k-fold cross-validation. Uh, it use a special, especially we can split data set randomly, and it maintains the same class distribution in each subset. For example, we can use version of k-fold cross-validation that it preserves the imbalanced class distribution in each fold. Uh, and it is common in the case of a class imbalance in a particular to use the stratified tenfold cross validation, which ensure the proportion of positive to negative examples. It is respected to all in the folds. It is next to running the models using TF-IDF. TF-IDF means TF, it splits the data, data, and idf idf it is computed as the algorithm of the number of documents in the corpus divided by the number of documents where it is specific terms appears. These here Running the models using TF and IDF, and it is the output of the running model. Next one is word to vector implementation. Here, word to vector vector groups the vector of similar words in vector space, and it also detects the similarities, uh, and it represented by the vector, and specify each word as 300 dimensions. Here we define and get to vector in X, and document in natural language process, and finally it returns the documents in vector. Here taking the new data set. Here the data set using class, tweet, unnamed, zero, and text length. Um, these are the inputs, and we get the output. This table shows the data in the data sets when we are using the data. um, Count, site speech, it's a language, and it takes the final tweets. Next one is running the models using word to vector. You're using logistic regression, random forest classifier, and basic classifier. Um, Here we train test the model, uh, and it prints the output of this model. Next, model explanation. Here imports the LI. Here LI means it is a Python library which allows to visualize and debug various machine learning models, and it has also built-in support for several ML frameworks, and provides the block box models. Um, it shows the weights of using tweets. For example, plus 4.95 using fog outfit. We are using various classify y equal to 0, y equal to 1, y equal to 2. Mm, these are the weights of using tweets. Twist tweets explanation. Here we taking final tweet like 22,335. Um, Here also using elify, and it shows the prediction of vector in a final tweet. We are using also various classes y equal to 0, y equal to 1, and y equal to 2, and it shows the probability and scores of the tweets. For example, minus 1.584. It highlighted in text. It uses some various times. These are the our project
As we explained in as we explained in code, this is the overview and expected results of our code. And in next slide, these are the word cloud which we have displayed in our project, as you saw there. And next is the conclusion part. Uh, as you see in today's online social environment, there are various social media platforms such as the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but we have taken Twitter as our main platform, and then we have choose Twitter. So here now you can see in we can find more in Twitter only because there is a huge like huge thing in Twitter and huge task which we have built and generalized over there, and we are also displayed histograms and scatter plots where shown using data analysis tools followed by a word cloud to show the most of often used offensive terms in the tweets. Next, in this we have done several three courses for this project which we have applied over here. Then we have presented our paper in one uh, we have presented these are the certificates. And yeah, this is all about projects, and we have referred some papers for this project. Here are these. Thank you.